I forgot to start the stopwatch. But, oh well. Just gonna see it through to the end. Hey guys, welcome to week 12 of AX1 slash the first week of Core4 abs. So first off, you can already see I'm a bit of a mess. I don't know. I didn't hit the timer. I didn't start the stopwatch for the 400 challenge, but I think that inadvertently worked out to my benefit because sometimes I think completing the challenge, just completing it and not paying attention to the time is almost better because you don't cheat reps. And I'm finding I don't really need to race my time as much as I need to focus on my modifications. Like I was looking up just a little more information about the inverted row this morning, and in a YouTube video I found the guy was talking about the placement when you're pulling up, where the bar meets and where you line yourself up with the bar changes what muscles you're using. So for the most part, when I was modifying or when I've done inverted rows in the past, I brace a little bit of my body weight with my lower half. I bend my knees, and when I grab the bar, I kind of I guess angle a little bit more, and I'm pulling lower on my chest, and according to him that works more your lats, which would make sense. It's easier to do it that way. Your lats are a much bigger muscle. But if you line your eyes up just slightly above the bar when you lay down, you start working a little bit more of your upper back, which my upper back is pretty weak. So during some of my inverted rows, I would start out trying to focus on using my upper back muscles, and then when those weakened and I couldn't do anymore, I would finish up adjusting a little bit and using my lats. So I'm actually kind of, like I said, preferring not racing the time and making sure I just do quality reps. So that'll probably be the same thing with the AX1 final exam. I'd rather just not time myself and complete it. Then today, the other thing I have to do, I'm also going through a big schedule change because the weather's getting a little bit nicer, so my kids are wanting to stay out a little bit later, and then my husband seems to kind of be going back to work a little more, so just and the 2-year-old is going through a I'm not gonna nap phase. That's fun. But so working out in the middle of the day it's not gonna happen. I have to start getting back up at like 5 in the morning just to get my workout in without having to worry about what's going on, or if when I can fit it in. So that on that note, I'm also making some adjustments to week 12's schedule of AX1. Week 12, you do the 400 challenge, which I did today. Then the next day is a core day, then a moderate, light intensity, conditioning, core, and then your final exam. I've decided since I started Core4 that I'm going to do those workouts in place of AX1's core workouts. But I also did day 3 of Core4 today, so I could do my conditioning tomorrow, because just the way it's a running workout, and I'd really kind of like to do the run around my neighborhood, and I have to do that on a Sunday since my husband won't be here and he leaves really early in the morning. So like I've said before, that's one of the things I like about the schedule is you can really tweak it and make it work for you. Where I know, like in the past, like I said, I've done P90X. It was like if you were always having to do a disc. There wasn't a whole lot of like moving things around as easily as with this program. So Core4. In week 1, there's 4 workouts. You're not doing very many reps. You are focused on quality, not quantity. And as he talks about, there's 4 zones, and week 1 is called the activators. So really each day is concentrating on a different zone in the core and how you should be doing that exercise, where you should be feeling it, how to just set up for it. So like I said, you're focusing far more on quality than quantity. And I'm really liking that. There's certain exercises on I think day 2, which was lower body or lower core roll-ups. I mean, I've read other people are like, I could just go on for days with them, and I cannot. I suck at those. So I've had to actually modify those on my roll-ups. I can roll down fine. Rolling up, but it's like I have to use a little oomph to get over the hurdle, I guess you would call it. So I find if I just barely hook my toes under the couch or a dresser or something, it makes all the difference. So hopefully as time goes on and I keep practicing, I know where I should feel it, what should be tightening, what should be doing, what job. They'll get better over time. So, that's it. Hey guys, first things first, I got to apologize because I feel like this week I'm so scatterbrained, and I think I'm gonna dub it quarantine brain because I don't know. I think I'm hitting my breaking point with this quarantine BS anymore. In fact, yesterday was Sunday, and Saturday afternoon, my husband and I were like, I can't freaking take it anymore. We got to get rid of these kids. So Sunday morning, we called Nana and Papa and said, guess who's coming to visit for the day? So we dropped the kids off at my parents' house, and then we spent the day just running errands and doing chores that went much smoother without children around. And one of those chores, if you look behind me, is my new cable machine. So it's not much to look at. It is home gym on a budget quality. In fact, I'm very lucky that my husband is extremely handy because he had to drill a hole and saw like 2 inches off of the metal pipe or whatever because it wasn't cut right. So luckily the company has amazing customer service, Van Sway, and because we were able to fix it on our own, they're refunding me a good chunk of the money. It was like $240 and they're giving me $100 back. So that's cool. And I've practiced on it. Major game changer for my face pulls. I'm not a huge fan of the face pulls with the resistance bands. It definitely got the job done, but not to the extent a cable machine weighted does. Practicing yesterday, rewatching face pull videos from Jeff, I was feeling it in my upper back like you should. I also forgot on whatever day it was, the 400 challenge. A couple other thoughts I had on that one and something I didn't mention. I actually started out with the intention of doing 5 sets of 20 reps apiece. which I made it through the first 2 sets, which is a huge improvement. There's no way I could have done 20 reps of inverted rows, push-ups, sit-ups, body squats. I probably could have, but that's an improvement from where I started this program. And then I finished up, I dropped back down to 10 reps in each set. I was definitely, though, on that, and it probably because mentally I just wasn't it totally in it with everything going on. It's like I said, it's draining me. But on top of it, that's your 4th time doing the challenge, and I was just kind of like, all right, I'm kind of over the 400 challenge. I'm done with it. The other things, so because yesterday turned into save your mental health over worry about getting your burst training in, I didn't go for a jog or the burst training. I didn't do core. I just took a nice rest day that was really get stuff done day. So today, because I did a rest day, because my husband's gone at work, I can't go do the run today, I've decided I'm going to tackle the AX1 final exam today when I can get my children preoccupied. So, final exam. It's a doozy. Here's what it is. 4 exercises. 10 reps. 12 rounds. Burpee push-up. Dumbbell swings. Inverted rows, and the V-up Russian twists. I'm going to modify the burpee push-ups because I cannot do 120 push-ups. That's not happening. But on my knees, I'm hoping I can, get that done. I intend on starting the challenge with the inverted rows, maybe like the first 6 sets, and then I'm gonna jump on my new cable machine and swap on lateral pull downs for my inverted rows, just because I've already done 100 inverted rows 2 days ago for the 400 challenge. I've got the new machine. I want to kind of give it a go. So got that today. Then I have one more day of Core4 abs. Whether I do that today or I do it tomorrow, it's go with the flow at this point. But I will let you know kind of a follow-up or a final thoughts on week 1 for Core4 abs. All right, see you in a bit. All right, halfway point of the final exam. This challenge, workout, final exam, whatever, is no joke. All right, last round of the final exam. We're finishing strong. That's a badass finish to a program. So that is basically a wrap on AX1. You just saw me complete the final exam with my own modifications here and there. I feel like I deserve an honorary graduation cap. I am very proud of myself. I'm feeling pretty pumped. So, let me compose myself, because I'm just gonna finish up my AX1 here with some final finishing thoughts on the program. First off, I loved this program. I loved its design. I've taken notes, so that's what you see me looking at. I love that rather than being a DVD that you follow along with, it's an actual just blueprint that, you know, you follow and do on your own. With that, instead of being DVDs, I love that you make adjustments to it to make it fit your abilities, whether you need to scale down or scale up. The schedule leaves plenty of wiggle room to change it up when you need to, and modify what you can do when you can do it. The length of the workouts, besides like this that took a little longer, more or less your half hour probably on average. There's a couple even like burst training sessions that are only like 15 minutes long, but give or take, you're in the half hour range. I love the progressive nature of it as well. You definitely have exercises you repeat, but along the way those exercises are stacked in different ways to make them progressive. They become more explosive, so you're not just repeating the same exercises from month one. You are progressing. It is getting more and more challenging. And it's not stagnant. It's not the same thing. Every month is a new phase, changes it up. There's about 2 parts to this program. You've got your strength training, which I absolutely love. Never missed one strength training workout. I always made sure I went back and picked up where I left off on my strength training workouts. And you have your burst training, 2 days a week. From the beginning of this program, I said I'm not 100% in love with the burst training. Month 1 was pretty bad. A lot of just standing in the same spot, jumping around, or just, it was boring to me. But as the program progresses, so too do the burst training workouts. Like I said, in month 2, I love that he stepped it up and there was a strength aspect to the burst training. But as you go on, you're also kind of creating a bank of burst training options. But they still, half the time, require more space or ability to get outside that a lot of people could probably find difficult. So if you're coming from like a background of insanity, long distance running, stuff like that, you may be a bit underwhelmed by the starting point of the burst training. In fact, I think a lot of the times when the gyms were open, you saw me just swapping it out for laps or spin bike, stuff like that. Back onto the strength training that I loved. The whole point and reason I bought this program was specifically the strength training. I really love lifting weights and strength moves, and that's all I really wanted out of this, and I got what I wanted. I'm obviously built up a great deal of strength from I started at day 4. From day 4 or 5 to now, you can see a huge progression even in the weights that I'm using. I'm confident going into Beast that I've gained an amazing foundation to start building on with some more power moves. You'll see in like when you see my results, I've got my pictures. Measurements were just from month 3, so that's only 4 weeks, but and the weight wise, I didn't drop a ton of pounds, but you can see in the picture that body composition has definitely shifted, which is my primary focus: build muscle and lose body fat. So I'm happy with that. On a side note, in regards to the program, you can do it in a gym or you can do it at home. But if you watch my videos, you'll notice there's quite a bit of equipment that's required. And the equipment that I'm using, there's been some purchases for big pieces, but it's accumulated over years and years. I did not go out and buy all this to start this program. The other thing that the scale and the pictures just cannot capture enough is the sense of accomplishment that I've got from finishing this program. How proud I am of myself from where I know I started, because luckily I video recorded myself and can see where I started to where I am now, and the self-esteem that's just come with it. It's just priceless. Last tidbits, information. Definitely match your dedication to the workouts and you know, your time in the gym to the time in the kitchen, and just making wise nutritional choices that will help you tremendously. In fact, most people, like I've said, rest days kill them, because you almost have a sense of like guilt that you feel like you should be doing some sort of physical workout, but instead put that time that you would be in the gym into the kitchen. Prep meals, make meal plans, find recipes. For me, I like quick and easy recipes, and I like to cook in bulk so I can freeze meals, because sometimes you just don't want to cook. So that being said, and to anybody out there, the beginners and to the ladies, because Athlean-X has a tendency to, I think, focus a lot on the male side of things, or they're male dominant in what you see online. But I would 100% recommend this for women. As you can see, I'm not becoming a she-beast or anything like that. So game plan tomorrow. I'm not going to do the last Core4 workout today, because I've put quite a bit of effort in. I like so far with Core4 this first week, I'm really taking a lot of time to watch the videos, concentrate on my form, and feel it where I'm supposed to feel it. So tomorrow I'll do the last Core4 exercise of the week, and that will be about all she wrote. Whether I run or not, or we'll see, but I hope to see everybody next week for the beginning of Total Beast. Peace out.